Hey, what is up? In this video, I'm gonna be doing the unboxing, review, and also quick setup guide for my new Sony 100 to 400 millimeter G Master lens. So before I get started doing the unboxing, review, and the quick setup guide, some of you might be wondering, hey Andrew, you have so many Sony lenses. Why did you buy another one, and in particular, why this one? So one of the reasons why I bought this lens is because I was looking for a lens that can supplement my 24 to 105 millimeter f4 lens. I'm a travel photographer and I value compactness and functionality above anything else. And this lens seems to fit the bill. So if I have the 24 to 105 millimeter lens and I add this lens to my arsenal, then my range will become 24 to 400 millimeter, which I can use to shoot various subjects ranging from landscape through wildlife. So that's one of the reasons why I bought this lens. So another reason why I bought this lens is because of its weight. For a super telephoto lens, I find this lens is very lightweight compared to my other options. I like to keep the weight under 2 kilograms, which is around 4 pounds, and this lens fit the bill. And lastly, of course, because of the GM or the G Master designation. GM, as you know, is a designation for Sony for its lens that's very sharp in nature. It can match high resolution sensor, and also it's built to withstand tough weather condition. So these lenses check all the boxes, and I can't wait to show you what's inside and what's my thought about this lens. Let's get started with the unboxing. So let's get into the unboxing. The thing that you will see is we have the warranty card. Make sure you keep your warranty card handy. In my area, we have 1 year warranty by Sony, so keep this handy in case your lens needs some repair or replacements. And then we also get the instruction manuals, which I think should be pretty straightforward for a lens. Now, set aside the box. We have a pouch for the lens. It's pretty cool, it's pretty well made, it's pretty solid. And it also has like a belt pouch on it. Sorry, it's like a hole for looping your belt around it. And then we have a strap for the case, in case you want to carry it inside a case, which I don't, but if some of you want to, you can do that. And here we have the lens itself, securely wrapped inside the bubble wrap. Here we have the hood. It's quite big for a hood, but it's very solid and sturdy. Then we have the lens itself. This is the Sony 100 to 400 millimeter G Master lens. Right, and you also have a tripod mount. Okay, so there are some buttons here that you can see. The first button is the AF to MF switch. So if you want to switch from autofocus to manual focus quickly, you can flip this button. And then the next one is a focus limiter switch, which goes from full to 3 meter to infinity. So this is very useful if you are shooting a subject that's always 3 meter from you. So if you are always doing that, then I would suggest you to limit the focus to 3 meter to infinity. By doing this, the lens will not go through the entire distance for acquiring autofocus. It will only look at 3 meter to infinity, and it will definitely speed up your autofocus speed. And then the next one is optical steady shot. You can either turn it on or off. I always leave it on for most of the time, but in some cases where you need to turn it off, you can do so here. And the mode here, 1 or 2, is for the optical steady shot. They have 2 modes, which I'll get into later. You can either choose the mode 1 or mode 2 on the optical steady shot. Another cool feature of this lens is you have 3 customizable buttons. So you can set what these buttons can do inside your Sony camera. Usually they are, by default, they are set to focus lock. So if you don't want the autofocus to search for the best distance, you can just hold this button and it will just stop the autofocus from turning on. All right, now we also have the ring. This is a very cool feature that I only see on this Sony 100 to 400 millimeter GM lens. So basically you can adjust how smooth or how tight you want the zoom ring to be. For instance, I set this one to tight, so when I turn the zoom ring, I can see the friction on this lens. And if I want to turn it to smooth, then it becomes really smooth. I think this really helps when you are doing video. All right, for now I'm just gonna switch it to tight because I don't want the lens to have some kind of zoom creep when it's on my back. And lastly is the tripod mount. You can remove the tripod mount, and you do that by it's very tight. You do that by twisting this counterclockwise, and there is a switch here that you can press and then you can remove it. So if you don't need the tripod mount, I would just take it off and then leave it at home. But for lenses like this, most likely I would use it with a tripod or with a monopod, just because of the range, and I don't want to introduce shake to my camera. All right. I have my Sony A9 camera with me, and then I will show you how you can mount this lens easily with your Sony camera. So the first thing you do is you open up the body cap, and you also take off the lens rear cap, and this is, you can see like a white dot here, and it's supposed to align with the white dot on your camera. So you align these two, and then you turn it clockwise, and you'll hear the click. And now it's secure, safe, and ready to use. And the next one is you want to open the lens hood and align the 2 red dot, and then twist the hood to clockwise, and you'll hear the click. And don't forget to take off the lens cap. Always take off the lens cap, otherwise you'll just see black on your screen. And now you are ready to go. That's how easily to mount the lens on your camera. Another interesting thing about the hood is that you have like a small window here that you can open. And what this does is, if you're using a polarizing lens, you can open this window, and then you can turn your polarizing filter to the left and to the right. So it's very useful if you are using a polarizing filter on your lens. So after playing with this lens for a bit and took some shots with it, I have to say that I really like the quality that this lens can bring. I have some sample photos that you can see from the link below, and basically I found all the pictures to be sharp, contrasty, and it's also well controlled in terms of distortion, vignetting, chromatic aberrations. It's very well controlled, very typical for a Sony G Master lens. It also gives me the focal length that I was looking for, which is that extra reach from 100 to the 400 area. And I was able to use this lens to shoot wildlife and other small objects that really need to be further away from me, and basically objects that will be bothered by my presence if I get too close to them. So I really recommend this lens for anyone who's looking for that extra lens for their traveling needs, and mostly use this lens outdoor. One caveat that you have to be aware of is the aperture on this lens. The aperture on this lens starts from 4.5 on the 100mm end, and it gets even smaller to 5.6 on the 400mm end. So if you are shooting indoor and you need a fast aperture, then this lens might not be for you. But if you are using this lens for mostly shooting outdoors and you have enough light, then yes, I would highly recommend this lens for you. So I hope you enjoyed my unboxing, review, and also a quick tutorial on how to set up this lens with your Sony camera. Hope you get a lot of value in this video, and I will see you on my next video. Hey, I need your help before you go watch my other videos. I need you to click the subscribe button and the bell, because when you do that, you help me create not just one video, but many more. Thanks for your help.